We're going to have sunchokes today, and Bill's out here getting his pitchfork and stuff ready. Going to dig them up. And then we have another pile that we dug up the other day. I'm going to dig them up, get the big ones out of them, and we're going to have sunchokes today. And people are curious about sunchokes. You can look up about them. They're kind of like a survival food. You can keep them in the ground. Well, our ground doesn't freeze, so we can keep them in the ground here, but in places that you got frozen ground, you can dig them up and then put them in buckets, like in your garage shed somewhere where it don't freeze. And you just stack them in dirt or your nice soil, like potting soil, and you know, like layer, and they'll keep through the winter. And they don't like to be out in the open. That's why you don't see them in stores very much, because they don't like to be out in the air a lot, and they'll start rotting. They'd rather be in the soil. And find one. We'll clean them up. That way you can take a look.
The ground's pretty wet.
Yeah, it does look wet. I wonder why.
Good size.
We're looking for the big ones. We're going to leave the little ones in the ground. These things multiply like crazy. We can't do it around here because the weather's so dry, but if you're in a place where you got woods or fields or empty fields or something, you could place these in there and just let them take over, grow, and that'd be your stash of food if you ever need it. You can plant them in any kind of hiking trails, or as long as you got rainwater. And people walk right by them and see sunflowers, because that's what they look like. And but it'd really be your stash of food. And if you plant them at your house, you gotta plant them where they can spread, because they love to spread. They put out little bulbs, and they just, you know, it's a food that takes over, and that's the kind of food you want. Something that keep you alive. And they're just like a potato. You know, they're a little different, but they're still like a potato.
Yeah. Our ground's still pretty compacted. That's why we put the leaves in it, because they'll get bigger than this. This is not a bad one for the ground we got. And they are hard to clean.
Yeah, I've seen them, people, they come out just about white if they got good soil.
Yeah, if you got sandy loam, we worked with sandy loam soil where we lived before, and these would probably be good there. In that kind of soil and moderate rainfall, you can grow just about anything. Anybody can.
Yeah. With
a small amount of ground. It doesn't take a giant sized place to grow a lot of food.
And our soil's kind of gummy, and that's why they look like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like clay.
Yeah.
It sticks to them.
But that's what we got. But these leaves are helping try to improve the ground. This ground here makes excellent adobe blocks.
It'll make a house, all right. Turn that kind of soil into a garden. And you can see the garden's looking better, and this is a pretty new area here. But anyway, they're a survival plant. I always talk about that. If I lived in a place, you know, where rainwater, I would plant them all over the place just to have food stashes. Because they do. You can, one plant can make, if you got good soil, it can make probably over 50 bulbs. And then you can separate them. And I'm talking about good soil. You can, I mean, it does it here, but they're compact because of the adobe dirt.
Yeah, see, they're not very big, some of them, but it's food.
It is food.
And you can read up about them. Don't take our word for it. There's a lot of information on them. They're called sunchokes or Jerusalem artichokes are actually a type of potato. And I think Susie's talked about them before. The Indians, way back when the Europeans first come over here in the East Coast, I believe, showed the Europeans how to survive on these, and that's probably kept a lot of them alive, because it doesn't take much to get them to grow, and they just spread like crazy. And they do metabolize the sugar in a different way than a regular potato. And they're supposed to be, what I've read on them, they're good for diabetic people. They're not as harmful as a potato is. In this part of the country, we usually have to boil things a little bit longer because of the altitude. You're supposed to boil them about 15 minutes.
And then fry them.
And then you can fry them or do whatever you want with them.
It helps take the gas out.
It takes, there's an enzyme in there that kind of coils it down to where you're not so gassy.
But
now for you old farts, it don't matter. You're going to be an old fart anyway.
You did say that. But anyway. Just don't plan to go grocery shopping after you eat them the next day, because you'll be gassy. But when I first seen about these on YouTube, people growing them, I thought, man, that's the plant I had to get, and I didn't know if they grow in the desert. But they do well here, the way we got it set up, and they can go, if you got good rain, they can get up to 17 foot tall. And ours get up about 8, I think.
About 8 to 10.
8 to 10?
Yeah, that's right.
And anyway, you can use when the stalks dry up, you can use them kindling. If you got horses, the horses like to eat the stalks for a snack. So we use the whole plant up. And it wants to grow, and there's no stopping it, and that's the kind of food I want to grow. Something that wants to survive. But you know, you can check them out on YouTube. People growing them. I do like to, when I'm working out here in the spring, I'll dig one up, wash it off, and have it for a snack out here, because it's like a very mild potato. Cooking them up, it tastes a little bit different than potato, but it's not bad, and you can get used to it. But you'll really appreciate them if you had survived, because you can eat them raw, or boil them, or fry them. And the chickens like them a little bit. They'll dig them up and peck on them. And the dogs will eat them boiled up or fried. But, I mean, they could save your life if you ever had to have food. That's why I always suggest, because they make so many roots, take them out and plant them out in vacant fields or anywhere. And back east, I've seen them where they're, y'all might have already seen them if you live back east. They're by, they grow by fence lines. Oh,
I'm just picking through them, really. We got to clean them now, but that's more than a mess.
Yeah, I don't even think we have to dig up that pile over there.
No, that's plenty.
Wow.
That's more than we can eat.
And there's still some in there,
We'll mix this with other things.
There's still some over there.
Yeah.
And, well, she's gonna dig up sunchokes. Oh, she got one on the bill. She got a sunchoke. That is darling. My gosh, she's liking it. It's got mud on it. I'm gonna throw that back in the hole. She didn't want to deal with the mud.
This ground is really wet for this time of year.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna cover it up.
But I've seen them back east, all over back east. Different places had them right by, in the ditch lines, by fence lines, out in fields, and they're just tall with little yellow sunflowers. So y'all might have seen them before. If you see something like that, check out, get your shovel and check out, dig it up.
Well, most people probably think they're sunflowers.
Yeah.
That's what they appear to be, is tall sunflower stalks. They don't make giant flowers. They really make little flowers.
Yeah, got that big around.
And probably a lot of people don't even realize what they are. But when the pioneers started moving west, they brought that stuff with them and planted them in different places where they homesteaded. And they've continued to spread west. I don't know whether they was originally out here or not.
Probably not. Probably too dry.
But even in the mountains, I don't know whether. But they were in the eastern United States and probably the Midwest. But anyway, they brought them out with them as they moved west, and they're really a staple.
They are
a good staple. They'll keep you alive.
They will. And this guy, he bought 5 acres. I believe it was in Kentucky, and so across the way, this other house on this hill, down there on the road, he seen the sunchokes growing in the ditch line, because that's where the water is. And so he asked that guy, he said, could I dig up some of these plants here? And the guy said, yeah, go ahead and take all you want. He was so happy he found them sunchokes. But you do some study up on them and keep an eye out, you probably have them, because they are back east. And probably in about all the states, Arkansas,
I imagine they're
Carolinas.
They're probably in these mountains up here. We just never really looked.
Yeah.
Because people would plant them close to a water source in the drier climates, and they'll do well. This is they really done better if it wasn't so wet, I think.
Yeah, but they go in the east in ditches where they get a lot of water though.
Yeah, but this is awful wet, gummy.
Yeah. But we never find them rotten.
No, they'll keep underground real well.
Yeah.
And now it's somebody's turn to
I know, go wash that mud off.
clean.
My hand is hurt. They don't always work. Belle's gonna be pooting because
she's eating those sunchokes
she's
raw.
eating raw sunchokes.
Yeah.
She gotta eat up.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough. Come on, you don't need no more.
If Sonny finds them,
Sonny,
he'll dig them up.
Belle, out.
We'll clean the sunchokes up. And that mud off of them.
If you don't want to use a whole lot of water, it don't take much water, but you can just take a small bucket of water and dip it in there and clean them with this brush. She bought these at Harbor Freight.
They're just right for the sunchokes. Gets in the cracks.
Clean them up. Now she'll boil them in there, and that'll clean them a little bit more. But this is what they look like inside when you cut them.
Look at that.
And they smell just like a potato, exactly. You know.
Well, they do. They smell just like a potato.
And they taste real similar to a tomato. But she just has to go in there and cut them up and boil them.
See if Sonny will eat that.
I'll give him. Here's a bad end right there, and I'll just cut that off there.
Uh-oh, see if we get him to be eating sunchokes.
Okay.
We'll give it to him. Well, Belle will probably want one. Sonny, look.
Sonny.
Here. So what is it? Oh, spit it out.
Belle.
Oh, Belle's going to get it.
Here. She's a
Belle's going to get it.
Yep, they spit them out.
Did they?
That's pretty bad when the dog won't eat them.
Belle was eating them a while ago, though.
Yeah. Well, they just ate breakfast a little bit ago, so they're not too hungry. But anyway, they're pretty clean.
Oh, they look nice.
There's a little bit of mud.
Well, I'll take them in the house and clean a little bit better.
She's going to boil them. That was just not 5 minutes of digging.
No.
And, you know, if you got better soil than what we got, they'll do a lot better. But these are okay. You know, they're just a little hard to clean, and you got to cut them up. But you might not be complaining too much if you're starving to death.
Or you won't be you'll be eating them before you boil them.
Yeah, well, give me some more.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what they look like when they're clean.
Yeah.
For anybody that don't know, it's going to be cleaned a little bit more inside.
And they do look a lot prettier in good soil.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a bad one there. Just, that's got it.
Yeah. Here, give me a piece of that. I'll eat it.
Oh.
Well. Mm-hmm. Crunchy.
Yeah.
Like a potato.
Okay, I'm going to shut this hose off.
Okay. I appreciate y'all watching us dig up sunchokes. Thanks a lot from Out West Homestead. Bye.